All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Autonomy podcast. And today I am welcomed by Mr. Asif. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm great, Jody. I'm really great pleasure to be here today on this podcast with you. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Absolutely. It's awesome to have you on board, man. I'm really excited to chat with you today and know about your goals and about how you have achieved them so far. So really
Sure.
excited about that.
Yeah, likewise. I'm looking forward to sort of talking through that with you. And yeah, it's a great opportunity to do so. So thanks for having me.
Perfect. Absolutely. Absolutely. Likewise, man. Tell me about how you're feeling right now. We've been with us for a couple of months, 3 months almost now. So how do you
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah, it's been great. The first 3 months, we've got into the fourth month now, but I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling lighter. I'm looking good, a lot better than I was at the start of the journey. I feel a lot more confident and I have more energy. All the good things, really. And that's I can only thank Autonomy for that so far, for getting me closer towards my goals.
Absolutely, man. And you're certainly putting in the effort, which really matters at the end of the day, because like your dedication and your drive is also what drives that program forward. Now, as if we're looking at 12 kilos weight loss, around that
Yes.
much, what do you feel has changed for you, having those 12 kilos back in October almost, and now
Yeah.
you don't have them anymore?
Well, the goal is 12 kg.
Hmm.
I'm getting there. We've crossed the 8 kg mark and it's been progressing well. And it's been a steady weight loss. Because if you think I'm nearly 6 foot, I'm 5'11", 6 foot, around that. So being 81 kg or 82 kg at the start of the journey, a lot of people will think, well, that's not too bad. That's not such a bad weight to be on. The weight loss won't be so aggressive as it would be if I was over 100 kg. So we use kg in UK, and I know there's
Yeah.
pounds and things like that. The viewers might have to get their calculators out, but yeah, we use kg. So if you're over 100 kg and you're getting down to 80, it might be a lot quicker. But I started on close to 82 and I'm down
Yep.
to 73. So it has been a great journey so far. I've still got a few months to go with Autonomy. So, but the journey has been fantastic. And back to your initial question, losing a lot of weight like that in a short space of time. First of all, I didn't think it would be possible. I've used coaches before in the gym, personal trainers, and also online coaches, and I've never got below probably 80, 79.5 kg. So to be right down to 73 now is a phenomenal achievement. We're still on that road, man. We've still got more to do. The main thing for me is losing that belly fat. That was what we're targeting. It's great. It's dropped off in other areas, but sort of the love handles, the belly fat, that sort of mid section was really bothering me. Before I'd be quite insecure about taking off my top, and now it's getting to a point where it's not really a problem. Yeah, fantastic.
Awesome. Really awesome to hear, man. Tell me about what did you feel has or was missing from getting you to lose weight? Like, you mentioned that you have tried things before and none of them worked. So what did you feel the missing link was that you found with Autonomy and that was like really working for you and keeping you consistent?
A couple of things. So, I mean, first of all, the thing with Autonomy makes it very easy to understand. The logic of weight loss, fat loss is the key thing. And it is calories in versus calories out or calories burnt. Yeah, simple maths. You just eat less calories than you burn, you will be in a calorie deficit and you will lose weight. Simple as that, okay? I was a skeptic of the whole calorie thing. I go, is it a myth? Is it, because I've lost some weight before by cutting carbs, then I brought carbs back in and I put the weight back on. That was my first journey with a PT. I used another PT in the gym. He didn't focus on diet at all. He just focused on the workouts.
Yeah.
And that didn't get to any results. Then I used an online coach, which is quite, heavily used in my sort of area in London. And he's got a lot of results with a lot of people I know. But it didn't quite work for me because it was a set plan, right? You eat this 5 meals a day, you eat this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly what I tell you, exactly to the gram. There is nothing for lifestyle, a normal lifestyle or events, social events, anything like that. There was no compromise. If you fall out of line of those exact meals, you absolutely get told off via message, and swearing and so on. So it was a case of that's how I was like, I was too scared to even talk to him as a normal human being and say, look, listen, I'm struggling with this. I've got this event going on. I'm going out this day, or I don't think this is going quite well. Can I speak to you about it? And that's where Autonomy is different. Okay. So my coach, Tom, big up Tom every time. Fantastic coach. He is so easy to talk to. He would create a Loom video and he will share his thoughts and he will actually talk me through the difficult times when I stagnate or when things are not going quite well. If I have some questions, really good WhatsApp responses and so on. So yeah.
That's awesome. And it's certainly interesting to see like, okay, we can have variety in our diet and still lose weight. Because like, believe it or not, food is not in the kitchen anymore. We go out to restaurants, we order takeouts. This is part of a lifestyle now. So we want to incorporate all of that and still be on track as well.
That's another thing. I was with previous coaches, I was told that eating out was a sin, or getting Uber Eats or Deliveroo or Just Eat, and it was just a sin. You cannot eat out if you want to lose weight. Where some of that is true is you do want to eat out all the time when you're on a weight loss journey. You want to cook at home. But listen, look, I do Uber Eats still. I go out for meals. It's about, following the process that the coaches at Autonomy have set out. For example, a 1 plate rule where we, if you're out, you have a quarter plate protein, quarter plate carbs, and the half of the plate veggies or salads. So if you follow that, and it's not too many of them, fine, you'll still be on that journey that you want to get to. And that's another thing that Autonomy has taught me. So I'm very grateful for that.
That's really awesome to hear, Asif. Let me ask you this. Why did you want to embark on this health journey? What did you struggle with, or what were your goals? Tell me a bit more about that.
Let's start with that. I always struggled to lose body fat, to put it simply, and I was not comfortable in my own skin, and that was a big problem for me. And it was a confidence issue. It was it just affected everything. It affected my mood, my energy, etc. And I wanted to fix that. So not for anyone else, just for me, and for, just to be comfortable within myself. So I embarked on this journey. Like I said, I've had a few trial and errors before with other coaches, and I kept seeing Nathan's Autonomy posts on Instagram, and he kept popping up. And it's for the Asian body type as well, where we typically hold a lot of fat in the mid areas, and it's always hard to lose. And they're specialized in that, and their meals and their plan is designed for South Asians. So I keep seeing him. Is this a sign? I mean, I keep seeing his posts and his reels. So I reached out to Nathan, and we had a quick chat on Instagram DMs, and it was sort of resonated with me. I took a few months to actually sign up because I'm like, do I really want to do this? Is it going to work? But I said, what the hell? Let's just go for it. So I was struggling with weight loss, but I think I had a good feeling about this. I did have a good feeling that Autonomy will take me to where I need to get to. And soon as I met Tom, I got given the game plan. For anyone who doesn't know what the game plan is, document you get to has everything on there to hit your goals. Really, it's a really good one of the most important PDFs I've ever received. So it's a great document. Along with that, we've got the Autonomy app and this is fantastic. I mean, the level of detail, level of granular detail you can go into with the app. I mean, it records all your workouts. It tells you exactly what workout to do, the video for it, how to do the form. And when you go back in the gym next week and you want to do the same workout, it's recorded all your stats from the week before and all of this good stuff. So all of this helped me to sort of get to lose weight and to be on this awesome journey that I'm on.
Yeah, that's really fantastic, Asif. So what do you feel was the why for us? Like, there was always a big why for us to do something. What was the moment for you to decide to, like, I need to change my life, I need to change my lifestyle, I need to lose this weight? As
I mentioned before, I mean, it is the whole confidence piece. Do I feel secure taking off my top when I'm on holiday in a beach, in a pool, in the sauna, in the steam room, wherever I might be? Do I take my top off and look in the mirror and go, I'm not happy, I don't look good, and I've got a belly popping out, I've got love handles coming out, and it's just like, that was it. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to just look at myself and be like, wow, you look great. Along with that, there is also the aesthetic part I've talked about, but there was also at my age, around the 40 mark, where you want to be like, okay, I need to make a lifestyle change here because I'm not getting any younger, and I want to be right. Okay, I need to do it for health reasons as well. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. I want to be healthy for, hopefully, my kids in the future, for my family, for everything, and live a long, prosperous life. Because I've seen older generations who are struggling now because they didn't tune in and focus on health and fitness. And so that was also the why, as you asked. So.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Because like, this is what kind of drives us every morning when you wake up, because it's a journey. Like, there are good days, there are bad days, as you might have seen as well. But like, that drive and motivation of what is waking me up every day to do is always that pain that we feel like, okay, the pain of getting into my old clothes, or like, taking my top off. These are all pains that actually drive us. And the bigger the pain, the bigger the motivation to actually do it.
That pain was huge, let me tell you that. Getting into my old clothes jeans that I bought 10 years ago and I couldn't ever wear them. I'm now wearing them. So fitted
Wow.
shirts and things like that. I mean, it's a great feeling. Like I said, a lot of it was around aesthetically looking good. But then, the health stuff came into it as well.
Yeah, that's really awesome to hear, Asif. So you mentioned as your target is losing 12 kilos now, and you are really on course of doing that like really soon with 8 kilos shed out right now. What do you feel is next for you? Like, when you get to those 12 kilos, we'll probably have a part 2 of this podcast to see how you're doing.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you feel would be next for you after that, Asif?
This is actually another thing to look forward to and be excited about, because my job now is finish off this initial phase 1, I like to call it, where I want to lose that 12 kg. And Tom and I sort of determined that is the right amount to lose, to have a flat stomach and to see some abs coming through. So when I have some abs coming through, I know I've got to that sort of enough fat loss to be able to say, right, okay, we're good now. And then the second phase starts, where you want to pack on some muscle, because I don't want anyone to be looking at me going, oh, he's so skinny. And that's not the case, because my diet's been very high protein. I lift weights as part of the autonomy plan, so muscle is still there, but be able to have a clean, what do they call it in the fitness industry, clean bulk, but yeah, put some muscle on, and whilst maintaining that low body fat and keeping a flat stomach. And I think those abs would be great to hold on to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And do you feel like that mindset or those goals started developing as you were seeing results? Initially, when we embark on a journey or when we start on a diet, you're like, yeah, I just want to lose like 5 kilos and see how I look. But then when you actually start losing weight, your dreams or goals start to change. Like, you know what? I think I can push a little bit harder. Let's lose this amount of weight. I want to see abs. You know what I mean? So
yes.
Did that develop with you as well?
Absolutely. So initially it was like, let's shed some body fat. Let's get our body fat down. It just doesn't look good right now. And then now 8 kilos down from when we started, or 8 kilos plus even, I'm like, well, I'm very close to having a flat stomach. I've not had this, for how long? No, I want abs now.
Exactly.
I want a 6-pack. Let's go for that now. So it does, when you're achieving results, you always want to push yourself to get to that next stage, to that next level. I thought that I'll stop once I have a 6-pack, I can stop. But no, I want to build some muscle now. Tom, let's carry this journey on, Tom. Let's get a bit more bulked up. So yeah, you just want to carry on and on when you're achieving.
Yeah, it's intriguing how our mindset always like kind of either limits us or pushes us to that next level, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Asaf. So speaking about reaching to our goals and consistency, and what do you feel 3 strategies that were implemented by Tom that you felt like, okay, I did not know about that before I started autonomy?
Absolutely. So number 1 is nutrition and the calories in versus calories out. I know that I wear a Whoop strap right here.
Yeah.
And I know that 18, 1900 calories I burn every day, naturally, from my activity, from just being out and about day to day. So I know that 1400 calories, for example, is a good amount to consume. You'd be 400-500 calories down in a deficit. So calories in versus calories out. He made the right meal plan for me. And not just that, like I said to you, my previous coach, eat this, eat this, eat this. There's no movement. We're here, there's different options. There's a high protein option, there's a traditional Indian option, and there's a practical option, because I need the practical options as well, because I'm sometimes on the go, right, with my job, moving around a lot. I'm staying in hotels and all that sort of stuff. So it's very much accustomed to the real world and lifestyle that people live. So calories in versus calories out, nutrition, that was number 1. And that opened my eyes. Number 2 was steps. Now, I thought steps was a myth as well as calories. I thought it was just a myth. I thought, people say walk it. I think you need to do some killer hit sessions for an hour to lose weight.
Right, true.
That's what I thought it was. Those hit sessions are useful and good, absolutely. But the fundamental and the basics was get your steps in. So we started off a 10K step target, 10,000 steps, which is good. I started losing weight, and I made sure I got it in, even naturally walking, treadmill, whatever I needed to do. I made sure I got those 10,000 steps in. So that was good. But the weight wasn't shifting as fast as we wanted it to. There were some amendments. So we went to 12,000 steps just to keep the journey going, really. So we did that. So that was number 2, steps. It's crucial for anyone who's watching this and wants to lose weight. Steps is your thing. So
get your steps in.
Yeah, get your steps in, and be in a calorie deficit. That was 2. The third one, I would say, I think workouts. Now, workouts, there's techniques where you lift the weights and you bring it back down slowly. There is that technique. And I didn't know about that. I just either go really fast or I try and hold it in between reps. But there is a whole technique around that. And what Tom's been able to do is also he left it open to send videos through of my form and corrected form where needed, and just give me a guide. But the actual gym workouts and lifting weight is such a crucial part to the overall plan of when you want to lose body fat. It is, and another thing that I've learned, strategy goes with the strategy and everything we're talking about. You lift weights, not only would you look better, you look great because you got muscle as opposed to just getting skinny. And those, they say use it or lose it in later life. So if you are lifting and you get into a habit of lifting weights, I do it 4 times a week, 2 upper and 2 lower, and you get into that rhythm and that habit and you carry it on, you'll be healthier when you get older. So that's a key component as well in this journey. So
So let me ask, actually, this is interesting that you mentioned the workouts as well, and like, the form correction and all of that, because a lot of people are skeptical of an online workout program versus like, and you've done it with a PT. Like, what did you feel different doing it with a PT and doing it with Tom online, with giving you that feedback when you go to the gym?
First of all, let's start with the physical PT being in the gym. Yes, it has its benefits, definitely. I was not, years and years ago, I was not that motivated to go to the gym or disciplined enough to go to the gym. So I thought if I pay a PT and he'd be standing there waiting for me, I will turn up and do whatever he tells me. We'll go around the gym, we'll do exercises. Of course, it'll be great. He'll correct my form and all that, try and push me. But then the timer goes in 60 minutes and he's off to the next client, and that's it. With Tom and autonomy, you get the full review and he's sort of like hand holding, you would say. So I go to the gym because I'm motivated by Tom, definitely. But also there's one thing that has to come from within that no one can give it to you, is the discipline and the desire to get there. I had a very strong desire, as we discussed a few moments ago, that I wanted to change. So I'll do absolutely anything that Tom tells me. But I also understand the logic of going to the gym and lifting weights. The thing is, having Tom online is such a great thing as well. You don't have to have someone standing there next to you, because he gives you exactly which exercise to do on the Autonomy app. You can record your reps, you can record the weight pushed. It has a video to show you the form. On top of that, you can film yourself and send it to your coach. They will talk through the form and how you should do it if you are going wrong. And then on top of that, they'll show you their own. Like Tom shows me his own workout plan. And he says, look, this is what I lifted. I went from this many kg to that much kg in the next session. Why don't you? And he pushes me to go higher in weights, because a lot of times I get, you get complacent. You stay on the same weight for a few weeks and you're like, yeah, I'm good here. And then Tom reminds me and he says, look, you can go higher. You've been pushing the same weight for like 3 weeks. Asif, push more. The benefits are there if you push more. It's not very beneficial to stay on the same weight, because your muscles are no longer, tearing and building, but you're sort of in that same zone. So all these things are beneficial, and this could be taught via online. You don't have to have someone physically there with you.
And it certainly builds that also self-accountability and autonomy. You want to build that for yourself, right?
Yes, it's in the name. I've become autonomous. Absolutely.
Yeah, it builds your confidence as well. Like, you know that, okay, I can go to the gym and do it by myself, but still knowing like I have guidance and support if things don't go my way as well, right?
That's a great point. Yeah, you feel confident to go gym on your own, and you're not now so insecure about other people. You think, well, if they're watching me and I'm doing everything wrong, it's not that, because you're doing it the right way, because you've got the videos, you've got the coach's support and feedback. So absolutely,
and it's also like interesting what you mentioned as well, and we all get that whenever we're doing our workouts, is that we get into that comfort zone. Like, I'm lifting this, I'm gonna just carry on with that weight and just keep going.
Listen,
it happens to all of us.
It happens to all of us. We're human, but when you've got a coach, and I've got a coach like Tom who pushes you, and that expectation is there for next week. I'm like, okay, the next check-in, we have a weekly check-in with Autonomy, and you're like, oh, next week he's want to see some progress. I better put some extra weights on and really show him that I did try. Even if I don't get to, say, if it's 12 reps, I hit 8, 9, or 10. He can see I'm giving it a good go to really increase and get more strength.
Yeah, it's certainly helpful to have that extra layer of accountability, that maybe at the end of the day, there's 2 hours left from the day, and you look at your watch and it's 8,000 steps a day, and you have to report 10,000. You're like, okay, I'm going to go out for an extra walk or something, right?
You know how many times I've done that? It's late in the evening, I'm like 4,000 steps away or something like that. I better go for a stroll. Or luckily my gym's only a 7-minute walk, so I walk to the gym. I'll do like a half an hour, 45-minute treadmill and walk back, and I'm like, oh great, well, steps are ticked off for the day. Now I feel great. I feel I've achieved what I need to achieve in the day.
Exactly, man. And do you feel like, asking you this question as well, as if the strategies or the techniques that you have have learned so far, whether it's like, portion control, steps, all of that, do you feel like these things will carry on with you for the rest of your life?
Absolutely. That's one thing I was going to mention. It definitely builds a habit, a good, healthy habit as well. And once you've done something for a while, it becomes second nature. So I know where my go-to breakfast is. I know where my go-to lunch and dinner is. And one good thing about autonomy is they give you a snack option at the end of the day, a 300-calorie snack. And one of my challenges was that before bed, I'll snack on chocolates and biscuits and all that good sugary stuff. And that wasn't doing anything for me. That was just putting on weight and they had no nutritional value. So we swapped it with a low-calorie option, 300-calorie option. All right, have that. Have something sweet, but have something that's calorie controlled, within that sort of 300-ish calories. So even things like that, I've learned from this plan, and I can take that on with me. Even if once I eventually complete the autonomy journey, I can take that with me for the rest of my life. So fantastic.
Absolutely. And certainly, like you mentioned, something very important about a calorie deficit is that there's always this myth revolving of like, oh, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to get weaker, you're not going to be able to lift weights. But you can see how you push yourself every week to lift more weight and do more steps, be more active.
Yeah, I'm lifting heavier than I did when I was 81 kg or whatever I was, 82. I'm lifting heavier than that. I'm down to 73. So it is a myth. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, awesome, Asif. To ask you this last question before we wrap up, being through this journey yourself and also having experience from different journeys that you have tried and never worked out for you in the past, what are 3 tips or advices you would give somebody who is just joining autonomy or who are just starting or embarking on their health journey?
Just 3 tips?
There's a lot, right?
Just, I can give you even more. But the thing is, I think the first thing is have an open mind. Really trust the process with autonomy. Nathan and his whole team know what they're doing. So you just got to go with it and believe, what's said. That's number 1. Number 2, stick to the plan. As in, autonomy will give you your meal plan and it will give you options. As long as you stay within that remit and those options and really make sure you're in the calorie deficit or eating the calories that autonomy have given you to eat, and you will start to see results from that. So that's really good. Activity and steps, movement is absolutely key. We haven't talked enough about cardio. I do cardio as well. So I do 30-minute jogs typically after a weight workout, just to accelerate the weight loss and then the fat loss. But the key fundamentals is steps. Get your steps in, get to 5 figures, 10,000 plus, and you will see results. Going back to the first point of open mind, you can have your delicious traditional foods and still be in a calorie deficit. You can have, a tub of Halo Top ice cream and still be in a calorie deficit every day. You can have that and still be in a deficit. So really, that's my message to anyone who's considering joining autonomy or absolutely do it. Go for it.
Absolutely, man. That's really fantastic to hear. It was really a pleasure to chat with you, but I feel this is not going to be the end of it. I'm going to have a part 2 with you once you have those 6 packs, and then that would be a different conversation, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll be buzzing even more probably, but it's going to be a good part 2.
That's awesome. Really awesome to hear. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'll catch up with you in a few months once that goal has been hit.
Yeah, absolutely, Jody. Anytime. Listen, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today, and let's do it soon.
Likewise, my man. Thank you very much for taking the time to do it, and really looking forward to you hitting your goals.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Cheers. Speak to you soon.